There's this long-standing debate between real estate enthusiasts and stock investors. Real estate enthusiasts would say that investing in the stock market is like gambling and you can lose all of your money. While stock investors would say that investing in real estate is slow and stressful. Now, some of you would know me as pro-stock markets, investing in the stock market and how you can build wealth via the stock market. But what you may not know is that I'm also an active investor in the real estate markets. So today, I'm not here to choose sides. I'm here to help you choose which one actually fits your current financial situation so that you don't spend the next couple of years making the wrong move with your investment capital. My name is Ogochukwu Okolocha. I'm a personal finance evangelist, and over the last 6 years, I've been helping individuals like yourself to invest in a diversified portfolio of assets, which includes stocks, crypto, real estate, mutual funds, commercial papers, bonds. Just think about any legitimate investment opportunity out there. I can help you to get started immediately. If you just found this YouTube channel, don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button, and I assure you that every minute you spend on this channel will be worthwhile. Let me start with this truth. There is nothing like best investments out there. Some people would say that real estate is the best investment vehicle. Some other people would say it's stocks, it's bonds, it's mutual funds. Like I've said earlier, there is nothing like best investment. What determines what is best for you is dependent on your current financial situation. Like I would often say, no two individuals, even if they come from the same parents, work in the same organization, live in the same environment, can invest the same way. Many people lose money in the stock market and in the real estate market, not because investing in those vehicles are bad, because they try to copy what others are doing without considering their income, their living expenses, their knowledge base about that investment opportunity, and also the capital they need to invest in it. Let's talk about real estate. For most people, when they hear real estate, they think about land, houses, rental income, and transgenerational wealth. Well, they're very correct. Real estate is powerful, but real estate works best when you already have a stable income or access to loans, and you have the patience to wait for a long term. Here are 5 benefits of investing in real estate. Number 1 is rental income. You can buy land and build a block of flats on it, or you can even buy an existing block of flats and rent it out either on a yearly basis, monthly basis, like some people do for Airbnb, and even on a daily basis, and get cash flow into your account regularly. Benefit number 2 is capital appreciation. You can buy a land or a property today, and next 5 years or 10 years from now, record either 500% increase or 10x, depending on the location. Benefit number 3 is real estate investment protects your wealth against inflation. In a country like ours that is very high inflationary, what your 1 millionaire can buy today, and next 5 years from now, it's not going to be able to buy it. Benefit number 4 is leverage. If you buy a property that has the right documentation, you can go to a bank and seek for a loan while using that property as a collateral. Benefit number 5 is transfer of wealth is easier with real estate than many other asset classes. I mean, when somebody dies, you start seeing people talking about assets, and the asset they're always talking about most of the time is land, properties, and so on. So it's very easy because it's physical. The documents are physical. You can pass that document easily to your spouse or to your children with ease, or like other investment opportunities like stock market where the investment is not physical that you can see or even hold. There are drawbacks of real estate that many people do not talk about. Number 1 is high entry barrier. You need huge amount of money to buy a tangible property in a choice location. Number 2 is liquidity. If you want to sell your property today, it's going to take you some time before you find a buyer at your desired price. 3 is legal issues. We have seen people buy property and then they find themselves in court having dispute between who they bought it from and the community and even government. There's always this issue around real estate, especially in Nigeria. And that issue is tenant wahala. So if you buy a block of flats and decide to rent it out on a yearly basis, be ready to fight with tenants if you don't do your due diligence in filtering the kind of tenants that get into your property. Now you know the benefits of investing in real estate and the drawbacks associated with it. Let's talk about the stock market. Investing in stocks is simply buying ownership in established companies. Think about companies like Coca-Cola, MTN, Google, Amazon, Tesla, Any of those companies that you use their services or products on a daily basis, those companies are available for you to buy ownership in them. Recently, we saw how Otedola bought majority stakes in First Bank and he became the chairman. So also it can be for you. So instead of you thinking about starting your own business where you may not have the time to run it on a daily basis, you can use the money that you have to buy stake in any company of your choice. It can be Zenith Bank, Access Bank, UBA. Just think about any of those public listed companies. You can actually have ownership or a stake in those companies. Look at what happened recently. Seplat Energy. Tony Melu bought stake of 20%. So he's now on the board of directors. Tony Melu was not there when Seplat Energy started, but now is the majority shareholder in that company. You too can become a majority shareholder. Benefit of investing in stock markets are as follows. Number one is dividend. When you buy stocks, you get dividend either on a quarterly basis or a yearly basis, depending on the kind of stock that you bought. Another benefit is that you have increased capital appreciation compared to real estate markets. So if you would have, say, 100% growth over 5 years in real estate, you're going to have that same 100% growth in 1 year in the stock market. Another benefit of investing in stock market is liquidity. You can easily get your capital out of the stock market. If you buy a stock today, tomorrow, you can sell it. Very easy. You don't need to start looking for a buyer like in the case of the real estate markets. Benefit number 4 of stock markets is you have the flexibility of adding capital over time. So you can buy a stock, say with 100,000 naira, and then continue adding either on a monthly basis or quarterly, depending on you. The drawback of investing in stock market, which many people do not like to talk about, is that the stock market is highly volatile. This means that the prices of assets goes up and down within a very short time. You can buy a stock today at $100, and before you know it, it drops to $90 and then back to $120. So if you are one that have a low risk appetite and you don't have the patience to wait for a long term, you may also want to stay away from the stock market, because despite the fact that you can buy a stock today and sell tomorrow, if tomorrow comes and the price is lower than you bought, you may have to wait. You may have heard about people that lost money in the stock market. Yes, like I said earlier, the stock market is a high risk investment opportunity. If you do not have sound investment knowledge, if you do not have patience, if you have a gambler's mindset, you will lose your capital. This is the part that many people get wrong, and the part you have to listen very carefully. I mentioned earlier that no two individuals can invest the same way. You have to invest according to your financial might. If you're a low-income earner, if you are struggling to save monthly, if you're just trying to build financial discipline, then you need to forget about real estate. Because some people, out of the pressure of wanting to own a piece of the earth, like they often say, have found themselves using all of the money that they have to buy land somewhere that is very remote, that will not even appreciate in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. So you have 500,000 and you're looking for how to invest in real estate. Where do you want to buy that land? Likely in the bush. Now, the drawback of this is that capital, that 500,000 that seems like a big amount of money, can actually be put into ventures that can increase your income in the now. Like I often say, or that I've been saying in the past few weeks now, if you're a low-income earner, prioritize investing in yourself or investing opportunities that you can get out the money easily in a case where you need it to invest in yourself. If you go and buy land in the bush, when you want to sell that land, maybe next 6 months, it's going to be very difficult. 1 year ago, I bought a land from somebody that put up the property as a distress sale. He needed his money to sort out his father's medical bill. And so he sold that land at the exact price he bought it to me. Just imagine this guy already had an emergency fund, or somebody that had a high income. Do you think that he would have to sell that property at a distress sale? Of course no. And somebody somewhere would say that, oh, what if he didn't have that land? How would he have had the money to sort out that medical bill? Well, you're right. But that's why we have the stock market. That's why we also have bonds and other asset classes that you can easily get your capital out when you don't have any of that money. The other scenario where investing in real estate makes sense is that you already have an emergency fund that can cater for your living expenses for at least 3 months, and then you have a high income or you have lump sum capital. So when you want to invest in real estate, invest well. you buy property that makes sense, not property that will take maybe 20 years for it to appreciate because you're just trying to own a piece of the earth. Like I said in the beginning, I did not make this video to choose sides. For many smart investors, they do both. For me, for example, I invest in the stock market. I also invest in the real estate market. And that could only happen because I earn a high income. When I just started investing, I started first with crypto markets. That was in 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, and then 2020, I got into the stock market. It's just about 2 years or 3 years ago that I started investing in the real estate market. So you see, you don't need to be in a hurry. One of my friends would say that land no dey finish. Whenever you are ready to buy land, you would see land to buy. Whenever you are ready to buy property, you will see property to buy. Don't let anybody pressure you to use that money that you can use to build skills, that money that you can use to increase your income, to start looking for a land somewhere in the bush to buy. So the real question you should be asking is not which one is better, stocks or real estate. The real question you should be asking is which of these asset classes fits my current financial situation. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please like this video so others can see it and learn. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.